Hello, can you hear me? Hi. This is my first live, so I don't know if you can hear me. If you can hear me, can you please say yes in the chat so I know that you can hear my voice? Thank you. Well, I hope this is broadcasting, but who knows? Well, okay, can you hear me? Because I cannot see any chat box, nothing. Can you hear me? Oh, well. This is interesting. Well, I'll start, but if you can't hear me, please just let me know in the chat. So welcome to my first Facebook Live. If you are joining me live, it's amazing. Or if you are watching a replay, thank you so much. So I will tell you what we can expect during these Facebook Lives, and then we will go from there. So what will normally happen, I will do these Facebook Lives every second Friday of each month at 7 p.m. UK time. And the format will be, I will have an input session, so I will try to say something meaningful or practical about English language learning. And then I will have some announcements. And then at the end, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me any questions at the end, or you can, if you know you can't join me live, then you can just email me the questions and I will try to answer them at the end of each live. So what qualifies me to do these Facebook Lives, and why am I doing them? I have two stories for you today. And as I said in my reels, if you have watched my reels, every Facebook Live will have a topic, will have a theme. And for today's session, I have chosen motivation. Without motivation, we know it's critical. Nothing will probably ever be done or accomplished if we don't have motivation. So today's topic is motivation. And I have two stories for you. The first one is my story. So who am I and why am I doing this and why should you be listening to me or joining me? So some of you may know I am a teacher and I am not native teacher of English language. I come from Czechoslovakia, but I have been teaching all my life and it is my passion. I am a teacher, I am a coach, I am an author. I have written my book and I have recently qualified as a neuroencoding specialist. And it's all because I want to share everything I have tried and tested on myself as a teacher and learner of English language. And that's why I'm here. I would like to share my experience. I do not teach theory. I am not a teacher or a coach who will just teach the theory. I will always teach from my own experience. So that's who I am. And my second story is about, and it's all related to motivation. That's why I have decided to tell you this. A, so you know who I am. And B, because I will have some questions at the end. So maybe you can also take a piece of paper and a pen and make some notes. Because when you make notes, it helps your memory. You remember more. So the second story, are you ready for the second story? It's about, some of you like football, so it's about football. There was a group of boys who played football in front of an old man's house. And of course he wasn't happy. And he wanted to stop them playing. He came up with a very clever idea. He started paying them for playing football. So every time the boys played, he paid them money. And what do you think happened? You can write something in the chat box. What do you think happened? The boys stopped playing. They stopped. He stopped giving them money and the boys stopped playing football. So he achieved what he wanted. Now, there is a moral to this story. When you think about my situation, I have shared this. I spoke German and Russian, but I didn't like my English teacher and I didn't learn. But I always wanted to speak English. I went to England when I was 18 years old. I fell in love in England with the culture, with the language, and I wanted to master the language. So that was my motivation. Now, when you think about the story about the boys, what kind of motivation did they have when you compare these two stories? And this is what I would like to tell you today. So there are two types of motivations. One is intrinsic, internal. When you are motivated because you want to, because whatever you are trying to achieve, you feel it's fun. You do it because it's fun, because it's enjoyable, because you love it. That's internal motivation. That was my motivation. And the second type is with the boys, with the football. First, they had the internal motivation. They played football because they enjoyed it, because they loved playing it. But then when the man started giving them money, the motivation changed and they started playing football because there was an external reward. So the external motivation is when there is a reward or punishment. For example, you learn English because you want to get a better job, or you want to move to another country, or you want to pass an exam. This is external motivation. And once you achieve it, if you are not internally motivated, then you stop. Like the boys. He stopped giving them money and they stopped playing football. And it's really interesting. I really love this story. It's such a powerful story. It teaches us a lot about motivation. Motivation is critical in any skill. Well, I can also ask you, what is a motivation? Maybe you can put it in the chat. What is a motivation? I'll give you my definition. Motivation is a reason to act or a reason for doing something. And then, when you are internally motivated, will you ever stop? You will stop when you are proud. You will want to do more and more and more. But when you are externally motivated, once you achieve what you have achieved, what you wanted to achieve, you probably stop. But as with the boys, motivation is critical, but it changes. It fluctuates. It's up and it's down. It's never the same, even when you are internally motivated. So there are other factors that affect it. So it is such a complex thing and very fragile. So this is just so that you can think about it and see it in a different light. That there is intrinsic internal motivation and there is external, and it changes and it fluctuates and it goes up and it's down. So then, who is responsible? First of all, it's you. You are responsible for your learning. And you have a choice. And by the way, if you have seen my post, I have given you a riddle. If you have 3, you have 3. If you have 2, you have 2. If you have 1, you have none. And the answer is choices. So if you have 1, it's not really a choice, is it? So that was clever. So you have a choice. You are responsible for your motivation. And then, of course, you have teachers, you have coaches, and they help you to keep alive that excitement. But it always starts with you. Now, as I said at the beginning, so you can let me know if you like this story, or if you think, aha, maybe I've had an aha moment and you think about motivation differently now. And it's really good that you know why you are doing things, why do you want to learn English? And then when you start learning, what keeps you going? How far do you want to take English? So I have 3 questions now, and you can think about them, and they are for your journey, for your growth, for your progress. So question number 1, why are you learning English? What are your goals? Long term and short term. Okay, so think about this question. Why are you learning English? And what are your goals? Question number 2, what steps do you need to achieve on the way to reaching them? So what do you need to do in order to achieve your goals? For example, if you are externally motivated, I need to pass an FCE exam, or I need to improve my listening, I need to improve my speaking. Okay, what are the practical steps you need to do or to take to achieve your goals? So that was question number 2. And question number 3, what is likely to help keep you motivated? So hopefully now you understand a bit more about motivation. And now when you reflect on it, what is likely to help you keep motivated? What do you need? Do you need a teacher, new teacher, more different teacher? Do you need a community? Maybe you will need to find new friends or join a community where you can practice English. Maybe you want to take an exam. You know, think about these things. What is likely? to help you keep motivated. Maybe you need to watch more TV in English, radio, listen to more English on the radio. I don't know. You think about this. Perfect. Fine. So that was part 1. I hope you have found it useful and yeah, it was of value to you. Part number 2, I have some announcements, as I said at the beginning. So this is my first Facebook Live of many, I hope. And also, watch this space, and I am joining forces with another amazing lady, and we've got something absolutely phenomenal for you. So watch this space. There will be more announcements. Also, if you feel that I can help you with your English, and now with the neuro encoding and this kind of coaching, then you can always email me, send me a message. I'm only a message away. And then we can see whether I can help you with your English. I can help you change your life and change your English. And number 3, if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat box. I hope I will be able to see the chat box. I still have to learn how these things work. Yes. So I think that's what I wanted to cover today in my first live, and I have no idea where, okay, I think I know. So if you don't have any questions, this is my first Facebook Live. You just have to start. Nobody is great when they start. You just have to start to be great. So thank you for joining. Thank you for watching this. Please let me know your feedback or anything if you want me to cover in my next Facebook Lives, and just stay motivated. It doesn't matter if it's externally or internally, it's still better than no motivation at all. So thank you, and don't be the same, be awesome. Bye.